Yo, I don't know how many years I wasted myself feeling stuck, like you ain't know what success was, or just thinking success was, luck. You know what I mean? People that's successful is lucky. Looking at it from that perspective, until I realized it's like a mental trap that people get stuck in, and I'm gonna show you, or I'm gonna share with you a way that you can break free of that today. First and foremost, we made it, y'all. Glad you could be here. This is fruition. A lot of times, a lot of times, people have an understanding that's not our own. It's that in which we see, that in which we would like to admire, that in which we respect, right? And it's usually just that in which we identify with being the truth or the upside of where we're at ourselves. But success isn't something that, in its colloquial sense, is what we see. You can't see success, not in another individual. In order to gain an understanding of success, you have to gain an understanding of self, right? Or gain an understanding of what people gravitate towards, what God is, or what God's purpose for you as an individual, right? How do you do that? You gotta spend time with yourself. You have to fast. Shout out to the Muslims completing Ramadan. You have to fast. You have to fast. It's in the Bible too. You have to fast. Fasting has changed my life. I tell anybody this, right? And you have to think fast. You have to fast in everything that you do. You have to spend time with yourself. You have to take inventory of everything on the wake up. On the wake up. When I tell you I'm good with just waking up, I mean that's the gratitude right there. That's what fruition is about. That's what this channel, this vibration is about. Okay? I start my day off with a gratitude session. I text all my loved ones. I text them, right? And that's before my feet hit the ground. When you spend time with yourself, less becomes more. The the shiny suits, the shiny cars and things like that. That's really the B-side. That's really the B-side, because when you dealing with self, I'm sure we know individuals that got all those things, and I'm not saying that I don't want them things, or I don't want those things. There's things that I like to possess that I haven't purchased yet, but though that's not what it's about. Those things are the B side. The A side is self. A becomes before B. Yourself comes first. And when my self is different from yourself. Nobody's self is A-like. It's impossible. You can't I can't convey to you what I believe, what I want you to think that what myself is. I can't give that to you. That's who I am. and you get the understanding of that dealing with yourself. It's not the easiest, it's not the most difficult, but you have to be in tune to having less. You have to let the guard down. That's a vulnerability thing. You have to you can't hide yourself from yourself. You can hide yourself from everybody else. You know what I mean? You don't have to share you don't have to share anything with nobody. Matter of fact, it's not wise to share everything with everybody. I believe a lot of the cloak and dagger with being trapped in this mental or psychological trap, or this cage, is we spend a lot of times being available to share ourselves with others, and have others share and be available to us, and attaching ourselves to things and people and places. It keeps us in a cycle of madness, really, addictions and stagnation. One thing you have to do in 7 days. In 7 days, you can accomplish this. One thing we have to do is identify where we lose a lot of our time. Be it's a addiction or habit, some form of non-productive activity like social media, some kind of stimulus, leisure time, drinking and smoking. It could be time on the game, time, just, not being productive. We have to identify that first. Now, you have to eliminate the triggers. What triggers me to go ahead and want to smoke? What triggers me to want to go ahead and go to the bar? What triggers me to just to hop on the game and stay on the game all night? What triggers me just to, look at women like that's just someone that, we're supposed to, mate with? Like, that's an animal, like, instinct. We're basing that strictly on like a survival, animalistic train of thought. That's not natural. And it's become, sadly, it's become normal. It's not natural, but it's normal. Okay? It's became a norm to society here. So we have to address all those things. Shout out to Civilized Person, man, the brother Salih. He touched base on that, just the behaviors of individuals. So once we eliminate these triggers, right, now we can replace that with something that's productive, activity, be it instead of, leisure time, smoking alcohol and drinking. Let's go ahead and read. Let's read a little bit. Find something that's interesting, that lifts our vibration, that inspires us to do things. Let's do some research, right? Instead of us, looking for different women, or looking at them as people, that we can mate with. Why not, look at ourselves and focus more on how we can develop ourselves? You understand? Why don't we exercise? What could we do better about ourselves? Be it hit the gym, exercise, go for, go take herself out to on a date, take herself out to to buy a new read, take herself out, visit somewhere that we never thought that we would even show interest in, right? Not take a woman, or think of a place to take another woman, right? Let's take ourselves out, or vice versa. Okay? And then let's let's go ahead and really pay more attention to the environment, and the people that we frequent. Be it people in the workplace, conversations, even on social media that we have or we engage with, right? The music that we listen to, because those are people too. See, we using these things, and it creates, it sticks us, it keeps us stagnant. These things have effect on us. Everything that we do has an effect, and we've been conditioned to, subconsciously, to really just accept everything as, normal. I keep going back to that because we accept it as normal. The music that we listen to, the music that we can listen to, talking about, the things that they talk about in music. Yeah, I would have to say that's why are we listening to it? It gives us a stimuli now, or stimulates us. That's a dopamine. That's an addiction. Music can be an addiction, right? It's a reason why we look at women the way that we look at them, because it's a stimulus. It's a desire, and it's a hit. It's like we steady looking for hits. We're chasing hits, but that hit don't last but so long. Okay. And then so it brings me to really, at the end of the day, when we can identify our habits, we can eliminate the cues. Now we can start to take some of our life back, and add time to it successfully. And when we agree that, okay, that we can arrive at a conclusion that, guess what, as far as I used to look out of my own eyes, that's not really success. What, such and such and them is doing over there, that may be success for them. They may be successful doing it, but that's not me. That's not myself. I don't know I don't really know what is all on the internal over there, in the inner workings and the mechanical, and the wires over there. I don't know. You can only know what self is for you. And even then, you cannot, I don't think it's possible for you to put it in words or explain to someone else what yourself is, as if to share it. Success for me is being able to do this right here, right now. 2025. You talking about YouTube? Drew ain't smoking, drinking, killing nothing, or letting nothing die around me. I'm on YouTube making videos, and I'm eating healthy. I fast 16 hours a day, and I can't wait to do it again every chance I get. I'm going to tell you, it's fruition, man, because we made it. Shout out all the Muslims that did the Eid. It starts now, though. See, when we conquered that task. Now the other task is on. We're not going back to freelancing. We know we're not freestyling. We're not going back to doing whatever we ain't. We just did that. You did 30 days of being on your deen. You're not abandoning your deen now. Don't abandon your deen. It's not looking at what someone else is doing. That's not success. And I just know that I wasted a lot of years thinking that, success was definitely luck, until I realized that, it'd be a self-sabotaging thing. It'd be the absence of self, the absence of what God is and that essence is within self. And you only find it when you spend time with yourself. Straight. When you're responsible for family and people, other humans, you spend a lot of time being consumed with, being consumed and overextended. We have to grow and expand individually, because at the end of the day, or at the end of the night, you don't know what someone else is going through, right? Everybody it has their own world. We create our own world. We may share a moment or a few moments. We may share years or a few years. But each individual has their own movie or their own world. And it revolves or is centered around them. It revolves around them. So success to the next man might not be success for me. And the sooner you realize that, or the sooner that you spend time with yourself in your gratitude session, accepting that less is more. You need less than you do more. When you realize that, then you can determine or arrive at a conclusion on what success is for you. Indeed. But yeah, man, if don't apply, let it fly. I just made this video, man. For people, I know more than a few people have, came in contact with, with something like that. In this colloquial sense, every day, just the everyday guy. You understand? Man, but I'm so happy to be here, man, and I'm glad you could make it. This is fruition. Everybody have a truly wonderful, great everything. Peace.